Thanks, Doc. He is insanely tiny. Like, that thing is roomy for his tininess. Yeah, I'll be back soon. Good boy. So if you saw Doll's lambing video, then you know that Sock is Doll's tiniest triplet. So she had 3 babies, and because it was really cold that night, and also because the babies were so small, I decided that I was going to give them some bottled colostrum just to get something warm in their bellies before leaving Doll to it. So when I went to the house to go get a bottle for them, in that maybe 10-minute period of time, poor little Sock got a little hypothermic, and I noticed that he did have a tiny bit of a sucking reflex when I got back, but not enough of one, and it's just, he was too cold. So I had to decide right then and there to bring him in or lose him, basically. So we brought him in and warmed him up with a hot water bottle and a heating pad, and he got the name Sock because of the little sock I cut up to fit him, because, yeah, he's just so itty-bitty, he wouldn't fit in anything else. It took him a few days to get used to the bottle. He didn't want to open his mouth. I think that he was either just slightly underdeveloped or a little bit premature, maybe. Like, based on my dates, he was right on time, but just the size and the way he behaves just makes me think he was not quite fully cooked. All right, so the main topic that we're supposed to be talking about here is bottle feeding. So obviously, Sock being a bottle lamb is a good example of what we're looking for here. And there is a picture of him. He's fully fed, and you can see his tummy is a little bit round, but it's not like overly protruding. It's a little bit more than flat across the side, and that's kind of what you want. So what you want to feed is 20% of body weight each day.
You did.
So colostrum or colostrum replacer for the first 24 hours. If you can't feed mama's milk or milk from another ewe, I like to feed good quality whole cow's milk. Usually I do about 1 gallon of whole milk, and then I add a liter of cream to it, because sheep tend to be a little richer in the cream and protein than cows.
You almost knocked yourself over shaking.
So you heat milk in a pan on the stove, or submerge a bottle in hot water. I boil water in the kettle, then pour it in a pan and submerge the bottle into that myself, and that seems to work out really well for me. Never, ever, ever heat the milk in the microwave.
Yeah, leave him be. Come on,
never, ever.
Come on. Good girl. Katana. I know he smells delicious. Don't eat him. Good girl. Back. Katana. Back. Good girl. Good girl. That's good. Yes, good girl.
Always assess your lamb before, after, and during feedings. After feeding, the lamb's tummy should feel full, not sunken or overly rounded. Bottle babies will always act hungry and want more, but overfeeding can kill them. So never feed more than 20% of body weight in a 24-hour period. For example, Sock was about 3 pounds at birth. So he would get about 50 mils per feeding, and I would feed him 6 times a day. So he'd get early morning bottle, late evening bottle, and have an 8 to 12 hour resting period overnight. I think it was closer to 8 the first couple of nights, and then I extended it to 12. Most like replacers will have instructions and tell you exactly how much to feed, so you don't have to really stress about it if you have that option. But definitely be feeling the belly so that you have a really good idea of what is normal and what isn't, for your own knowledge and for your lamb's health. I typically go more by how the lamb's belly feels than by weight
Did you just bonk your head?
because they grow so
Silly
fast,
little
especially the
sock.
first couple weeks. To start out, I usually place the lamb between my knees so that I have him in a nice stable position. And I cup the bottom of his jaw
Yeah,
with
you're so
one
happy.
hand, and I can usually
Oh
hold
my
open
goodness,
his
so
mouth with
cute.
that hand as well. And I stick the bottle in with my other hand. So that's kind of the technique I use to start the process. And usually in a day, 2 days with him, 4 days max, you should take the bottle no problem. If you're buying a bottle baby, I'd recommend trying to coordinate with the person selling the bottle baby
Tana,
so that you can be
enough.
there for the feeding and see how good of a drinker the baby is, because that'll give you a really good kind of baseline to work with, and you'll know when there's something off. And that's important because when it comes to babies, a setback can be really, 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 really bad. So you want to make sure you're getting a healthy lamb and one that will eat, because if they won't eat, you're in trouble.
Be in my shadow, I'll be in
And
the
so are
sunshine,
they.
sunshine.
So scheduling with bottles, kind of challenging. With Sock, I just set an alarm on my phone to go off every 3 hours. So I'd feed him every 3 hours from when I got up in the morning to the last feeding before he went to bed. And before I went to bed, because it pretty much worked out to be the same time. So week 1, I feed 5 to 6 bottles a day. Week 2 to 4, you pretty much do 4 bottles a day. 4 to 6, 3 bottles a day. Week 7,
That's so silly.
2 bottles. Week 8, 1 bottle. And usually by the end of week 8, I wean, because I don't typically go past week 8. The earliest I would wean would be 6 weeks. The latest I would wean would be 12. So I pretty much just split the difference and
You're getting
go
the
with
hang of it
8
finally,
weeks.
little dude. Gotcha. Oh. Here, come out, there's some grass. Come on, Sock. There he is. Hi. What are you doing? Oh my goodness, you're too cute. Yeah, check out the grass. Good boy. He still isn't opening his mouth for the bottle, but he knows to come and bump me. You can't possibly be hungry. Look how full that little belly is. Come on, Yum Yum. Oh, good boy. Hey, Sock. Hello, welcome. Hi, little mister. Are you so hungry? Back up 2 little millisecond spots. There you go. Got it? There you go. Good job. A little too far down, buddy. Oh, in your mouth. Just there. Okay, there you go. He's still getting used to it. Good boy.
At this point, he's already gained 2 pounds and is drinking quite a bit more and has a lot more energy and is just doing great.
Would you stop? I'm not giving you any more milk. You already had your fill. Look at you. You got a round belly. You're totally full. He's like, I'll never be full. Always hungry. You're a cute little fish. I miss you. You're a cute little Sock. He's going to his new home tomorrow, I think. Hey, buddy.